Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unlocking an absolute secret weapon of native English speakers, reducing relative clauses. Let's be honest, native speakers are all about efficiency. We love to speak fast and, whenever possible, just drop words to keep a nice, smooth flow. So if you've ever felt like your English sentences are just a bit too clunky or wordy, this is exactly what you need to sound a whole lot more natural.
Think of me as your personal tutor right here at American English Academy. Seriously, by the end of this quick session, your sentences are going to sound instantly more professional and native. That's what we do here. We take these seemingly complex grammar rules and make them incredibly simple and actionable for you.
Here's our roadmap for today. 1. Dropping the object pronoun. 2. Omitting the be verb. 3. The ing transformation. And 4. A quick check challenge. Okay, let's dive into this and conquer these rules. Number 1. Dropping the object pronoun. So this first rule is basically all about trimming the fat, identifying and removing words that you simply do not need. We can reduce relative clauses when they're introduced by that, who, or which, and when they act as the direct object of a clause. Simply put, if the pronoun is the object receiving the action inside that little mini-sentence, we just chop it out entirely. It is literally the absolute easiest way to tighten up your sentences. Let's look at this comparison. The reports which I prepared last week were well received. I mean, it's perfectly correct, but it's kind of wordy, right? Now, watch what happens when we just slice out the word which. The reports I prepared last week were well received. Hear how much smoother that sounds? Or imagine you're chatting about sports with a friend. You might say, the soccer player who I like best is Heung-min's son. But if we apply our rule of efficiency, that who completely vanishes into thin air. The soccer player I like best is Heung-min's son. You haven't lost a single drop of meaning, but your English sounds instantly more concise. Moving on to number 2, omitting the be verb. For this one, I want you to shift your focus to relative clauses that contain a form of the be verb. You know, words like is, are, or were. The rule is to omit the relative pronoun and the be form. Think of this as a brilliant 2-for-1 deal. You get to drop both the pronoun and the verb entirely, which saves you breath and gets your point across way faster.
Here's what that looks like in practice. The cheese which is used in this recipe is made from goat milk. Honestly, that which is just slowing us down. By ditching both those words, we get a much faster sentence. The cheese used in this recipe is made from goat milk. Removing those two little words makes the whole thing significantly punchier. Let's try another one. The shoes that are under the bed can be thrown out. Apply our 2-for-1 rule, and the phrase that are gets completely wiped off the map. The shoes under the bed can be thrown out. It's incredibly efficient, and it mimics exactly how native speakers talk in real life. All right, number 3, the ing transformation. Now, this rule kicks in when we're dealing with action verbs, so verbs other than the be verb. You omit the relative pronoun, and you change the verb to an ing form. So you're still dropping that pronoun, but now we've got to do a tiny bit of grammatical gymnastics to modify the action verb into its continuous ing shape. Check out this travel warning, for example. Travelers who plan to book plane tickets in August may want to hold off. This brilliantly illustrates our rule. Watch those words who plan morph elegantly into one single word. Travelers planning to book plane tickets in August may want to hold off. It really elevates the tone of the sentence, doesn't it? Let's do one more just to lock it in. I work in a power plant that supplies energy to nearly 100,000 customers. So drop that and change supplies to supplying. You get, I work in a power plant supplying energy to nearly 100,000 customers. Look at that. You've effortlessly streamlined a highly descriptive, complex sentence without breaking a sweat. And finally, number 4, the quick check challenge. Okay, we've covered all 3 rules. Now it's your turn to play editor. How would you reduce this sentence? The financial advisor who Elle spoke to urged her to save money. I'll give you a second. Think back to that very first rule we went over. Dropping the object pronoun. What word can we just toss out? Well, if you said we drop the word who, you absolutely nailed it. The reduced sentence is, the financial advisor Elle spoke to urged her to save money. Awesome job. See how it instantly flows so much better without that extra word breaking up the subject and the action? Ready to level up with a slightly tougher one? Try this, using the ing transformation. Anyone who thinks they need a holiday should book this great deal. Remember our 3rd rule here. You need to drop the pronoun and then figure out how to tweak the verb thinks.
Let's see how you did. The correct reduction is, anyone thinking they need a holiday should book this great deal. You successfully transformed the clunky who thinks into the smooth, single word thinking. Honestly, beautifully done. That is exactly what mastery looks like. Just look at how much cleaner your English sounds after what? Just a few minutes of focused learning? Seriously, imagine what we could do with the rest of your vocabulary and grammar. If you want to become a permanent student and keep transforming your language skills, definitely hit that subscribe button and join us here at American English Academy. We've got so many more language makeovers lined up for you. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final question to chew on. Which of these 3 grammar rules are you going to intentionally use to smooth out your next English email or conversation? Will it be dropping the object pronoun, omitting the be verb, or mastering that ing transformation? Think it over, give it a shot today, and hey, don't forget to subscribe and keep learning with us. I'll see you next time.